Amigos, tamale season has officially begun, and I'm gonna teach you how to cook a healthier version of tamales, all with the authentic flavor crafted over generations of the B&B Supremo's Mexican food products. Are you ready? Let's start. Do you know that there is tamales all over Latin America? Yeah, there is more than 5,000 kind of tamales just in Mexico, but you can find it in Colombia, in Guatemala, in Honduras, and they all have different tastes and different ways to make it. But today we're gonna make the North of Mexican tamales because I'm from Chihuahua, in the border with El Paso, Texas. So I have over here 4 cups of corn flour. All right, now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 spoon of salt. You can use normal salt. I'm using pink salt, but you can use any salt you have at home. And we're gonna mix this very, very well. Now that you have mixed all the dry ingredients, we're gonna add the wet ingredients. Originally, this recipe is made with some soup made of the pork beef, but we're not gonna use it. We're gonna make this low cholesterol, so we're using just some chicken broil. I have over here 2.5 cups of chicken broil. You can use vegetable broil if you're a vegan, or you can use beef broil, turkey broil, any broil you have. And now we're gonna add 1.5 bars of butter. There we go. And we're gonna mix all this. The original recipe calls for pork fat instead of butter, but I prefer much better using butter. And also we are adding less fat than the original recipe without sacrificing any of the flavors. So this is gonna be kind of low cholesterol tamales in a very good version. You're gonna love it. It's time to get your hands dirty. Just put your hands inside and begin mixing the tamales flour. I have over here a bunch of shards. I love to add veggies to my dog because this gives more flavor and it helps you to make this lighter so you don't end up eating that much corn flour. And we're gonna get rid of the ends of the chard because this has a lot of fiber and sometimes can be funny on the dog. And I have some boiling water over here. It's just a little water. You don't need that much. Just gonna put it in there so it can start cooking. And I'm just getting rid of the ends of the chard and putting it in there. So the chard is gonna be cooking over here for a few minutes, and in the meantime, we are gonna roast some poblano pepper the way Mexicans do it. This is the easy way to do it. Just beware because all the alarms at home are gonna be beep, beep, beep while we do this. So all you have to do is take your poblano and put it straight over here. This is gonna help. Can you hear? Okay, so the skin is beginning to cook. It's gonna begin to burn, and that's gonna help us to get rid of it. Check on your poblano pepper. When you see that it's all brown on the skin, just flip it over and leave it for another while. You want it to be brown all over. For the next step, when it's brown all over, you're gonna put inside a bag, and we're gonna leave it there, close well, and leave it there for about 2 to 3 minutes. What we want is the chile to sweat. That is gonna help us to take off the skin much easier. Take off the pepper, and now with a napkin, we are gonna get rid of the skin. Look how easy it is to peel off. And this is the perfect smoky flavor for any recipe. Now we're gonna get rid of the tail of our chile, la cola del chile. And we also need all the seeds off. Now that we don't have any skin on our chile, we're just gonna cut the tail of the chile. And over here, you're gonna find the seeds. Remember that what makes a chile really spicy and hot are gonna be the seeds. So we're gonna get rid of all the seeds. Now we're gonna chop our chile in small pieces. Remember our chard, it's very important that you let it cool down or just pass it over some cold water. And now it's time to put in our tamale dough. Get rid of some of the water, most of it please. Add it to the tamale dough. and mix it with it. It's actually gonna be integrated in the dog very, very well. It's gonna give it also a kind of green color. Get rid of this part of the chard. Doesn't matter if you have a few pieces in there, they're gonna dissolve with the dog anyway. Now that our chard has been integrated, we're gonna add three poblano peppers, very well chopped, into the dog. Mix well again. This is ready. Yes, it's gonna stick a little bit into your hands. That's normal. We need it like that so we can spread it. Now we're gonna use tamale leaves. These are actually corn leaves that they just let it dry. You can buy them like this, but it's very important that you soak them for about 5 to 15 minutes so they are soft and they are easy to fold, okay? Now, a secret. Tamale, they actually have two sides of the story. One is very soft and the other is kind of rough. You wanna spread in the soft side, okay? So this is the soft side of my tamales, and I'm gonna add some of the dog with a spoon, and I'm gonna spread it with a spoon. This takes a bit of practice, so don't worry at the beginning if you're having a little trouble to spread it, but this recipe I'm giving you, it has the perfect moisture to make it easier. So we're just gonna spread around. You don't wanna go all the way to the edges because this is gonna grow, okay? This dog is gonna grow when it's cooked, so you wanna leave some space so it can grow. So the magic of their tamales is what they have inside, and we're gonna make some of my favorite. We're gonna be using B&B Supremo Chihuahua Quesadilla Brand Cheese that I just love it. It has a creamy texture and a delicious flavor, and it's actually Chihuahua from my homeland. We're also gonna be using some jalapeño. So to begin with, we're gonna start cutting some pieces of our Chihuahua queso. B&B Supremo was founded in Chicago in 1964 by Mexican natives Gilberto Villaseñor and Ignacio Villaseñor. Today, the company is second generation operated in the Chicago neighborhood of Pilsen. Now we're gonna cut in slices our jalapeno. Remember that what makes it spicy are actually the seeds, so we wanna get rid of all the seeds. There we go. And now we're gonna make the other filling for our tamales because we're gonna have two options. The other one is frijoles con chorizo, beans with chorizo. And you can find Supremo chorizo made of beef or pork. They have the perfect taste without being spicy. Once that the chorizo is well cooked, we're gonna add the beans. I just cook the beans with some garlic, salt, and onion. And I just put it in the pot with water, or you can use canned beans. Now, we're gonna use actually a potato smasher, and we're gonna smash our beans with it. Now, we're gonna take a spoon of beans. We're gonna spread it in our tamal. We're gonna add a piece of cheese, and we're gonna fold it. It's very easy to fold. 1, 2, 3. Tamal ready to go. Now for the other filling, you just add some pieces of cheese, some jalapeno, and just fold. Our next step is to cook our tamales. We actually steam the tamales, and for that you only need a pot. And I have this kitchen gadget that it helps you to make a steamer of any pot, so I'm gonna add it here. And we're gonna add some water. All right, how much water? You just want it to go a little over the top of where your piece of steamer goes. And then we are gonna put the tamales in here, one after the other. Okay, so add your tamales, one after the other. There we go. And I'm gonna try to close this with another tamale leaf so the steam doesn't escape, okay? And actually, the tamale leaves gives an amazing flavor to the dog. Can you see it? Now we covered all with the leaves, and we're gonna close this. And ready to go. And this is ready. We're gonna leave it steam here. How are you gonna know that this is ready? When the dough separates from the corn leaves. 40 minutes for this to be ready. Let it cool down a little bit. This smells so good. Look at it. This is absolutely lovely. I'm sure you're gonna love it. Thank you so much for coming to my channel to look for this recipe. Look for me as La Recetas de Laura and Spicy Latina Mom. And remember that you can find all the Supremo food products in the retail stores in the United States.